Which equation is shown in the graph? So as you can see, our line is a horizontal line. And so we need to write an equation for this. So first we need to find our slope, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm just going to label these x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, so now I'm going to plug that into the equation. So my y2 is -4 minus my y1, which is -4, over my x2, which is 0, minus my x1, which is -3. Remember, minus and negative turns to a plus. So -4 plus 4 is 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. So my slope is just 0. Then we need to find our b term, which is where it crosses the y-axis, which is at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So -4. So when I write my equation, I have y equals 0x minus 4. But 0 times anything is 0. So no matter what number I put in for x, it's going to be multiplied by 0. So the way we write this equation is just y equals -4. So this is saying no matter what my x value is, I'm going to be at -4 for my y value. All right, so now I want you to do the two triads. So you're going to pause the video and then you will check your answers with mine. All right, so we have our x1, x2, y1, y2. So y2 minus y1, so 5 minus 5 over 0, which is our x2, minus our x1, which is minus -4, which will be plus 4. So I get 0 over 4, which is just 0. That's my m. My b term is wherever x is 0, what is my y? So my b is 5. So we have y equals 0x plus 5, which turns into y equals 5. For the second one, we have, well, we don't rise because we have rise over run for our slope. So I don't rise any, so I rise 0, and I run 1, 2, 3, but it turns out my slope is still just 0, because 0 divided by 3 is 0. And then my b term, where it crosses this y-axis, is at 1. So my equation is y equals 0x plus 1, which is the same as y equals 1. So anytime we have a horizontal line, you'll notice that our coefficient and our variable disappear. So we don't have anything with an x. Our slope, we don't have one. So we just have y equals our y-intercept. So example 3, engineers are digging a 3,500 foot long tunnel at a constant rate. After 4 months, the engineers still need to dig 1,500 feet to finish the project. How much time does it take to complete the tunnel from start to finish? So we need to write an equation, but in order to do that, we need to know our slope, which is our y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and we need to know our y-intercept. It looks like they didn't give us any points to use, however they did. So it says the engineers are digging 3,500 foot tunnel. So that's what they started with. And at 0 time, at 0 months, they have to, so at the very beginning, they have to dig that 3,500 feet. So our point is 0 months. We still have 3,500 feet to go. Our second point is at 4 months, we have 1,500 feet to go. So now we have 2 points. We can label them x1, y1, x2, y2, and we can plug them into that slope equation. So I'm actually going to do this below. So my y2 was 1,500 minus my y1, which is 3,500, over 4 minus 0. This gives me negative 2,000 over 4, and that fraction can actually be simplified by dividing the top and bottom by 4, so I get negative 500 over 1. That's my slope. My b, my y-intercept, is where we started the project. So at 0 months, we had 3,500 feet to go. So my equation is y equals negative 500 x plus 3,500. So it says it wants to know how long or how much time, that's my x values, those were months, it takes to complete the project. So if I complete the project, then I no longer have to dig any more of this tunnel, which means I am at 0 for my y. So now I'm going to solve this equation just like we did in our previous units, and I'm going to solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 3,500 from both sides. These cancel, and I have negative 3,500 equals negative 500 x. Now I'm multiplying negative 500 times x, so I'm going to divide by negative 500. These cancel, and that leaves me with x equals 7, because our negatives cancel, and 3,500 divided by 500 is 7. So it will take 7 months to complete the project.